This is so exciting. There we go. Now we're recording. Todd, come get in the camera. They want to see your face. Maybe not. That's kind of creepy. Hey, we're here.
Is this thing on?
Is it on? Well, good morning. Let's get our slideshow up here. It's so great to have such a big turnout. My brain's not working. I forgot how to work PowerPoint. And yet I grew up in the age where we had to learn this in second grade. Let's see. Yeah, when I was in elementary school, we used to take computer class, and they had us do PowerPoint presentations a lot. Now you're really short.
Was this the Bloody Mary meeting?
You would think so by the turnout that we have. But the bar opens at 11, so you can feel free to continue the meeting at 11 and have a bloody. Cheers to that.
That sounds like a great idea. You want a bigger turnout.
I know, right? If you serve it, they will come.
Proven that many times.
So most Saturday. Mm-hmm.
Once a week.
I've heard that you all have homes that you could do that in once a week too.
At 4, at 5.
At 4, at
6.
5, you know. True. Mm-hmm. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. You can see I roped Todd into coming this morning.
Wasn't roped, I wanted to come. Good morning, everybody.
We have a busy day in the lodge today. We have Monster Mash this evening, and so Leslie and Dino are going to be in a little bit later so that they can get the team going, get everything started to set up. So I said, who else has lots of energy in the morning? Unlike some people. I said, Todd. So thank you, Todd, for coming.
And she fueled me appropriately, too.
I did.
So.
Thank you for using the word fueled and not bribed. Cheers. You don't know what's in our cups. It could be anything. No, I was actually going to say mine's pumpkin spice because I'm the queen of basic fall. But the pumpkin spice from the Post is actually quite delightful. It's a little bit more, it's not as sweet as like Starbucks. So
It's more spice.
yeah, it's definitely more like, I don't know. Yeah, it's great. So if you're wanting a little fall treat, highly recommend it. And no, I do not get royalties from them. I just spend a lot of my money there.
Coffee's up. He said that and she vaulted off the chair.
So we're going to start today with an event review. Larry, I might call on you because you were there. Leslie and I took a group of members to South Lake Union. I was born and raised in Seattle, and so my mom took me out all over all the time. We basically grew up around downtown, whether it was Pike Place Market, the Seattle Art Museum, baseball games, the aquarium, Mohi when it opened. It's really fun. So this is a place that I'm very familiar with, and I love it. So I was excited to be able to take members to experience it. We started our day at Flatstick Pub, which is an indoor mini golf. Some of the members had assumed that it was going to be outdoors. And then one of them said, do you know the lady in charge? She would not make us go outdoors for mini golf at the end of October. And I said, thank you, because I will not be outdoor mini golfing at the end of October.
Pickleball players would be.
They would be. That is true. Those pickleballers are pickleballing.
It's 37 degrees and they're out there right now.
I know, and they'd probably be out there if it was snowing too.
That's when it's really smoky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were out there when it was like severely smoky.
Yes, they were.
It's wild.
Nobody's.
I wish I was that passionate about anything.
You are. The lodge.
Oh, true.
That's right.
I was here when it was that smoky. And my child. Yes, that is fair. My child is my number one. Sorry, husband. Yeah. Anyways, so we did Flatstick. They had a fantastic lunch menu that some people decided to stay and have lunch there. They had, I think, 20 rotating taps that were all Washington. So they had Washington beer, Washington cider, Washington wine. They had a kombucha on tap. I think they said they have 6 properties in Washington. So if you're ever wanting to go experience it, you don't necessarily have to go to South Lake Union.
I've been
They
to
have
one
them
in
all over.
Spokane.
Yeah, how was that one?
It was fun. We were there when Hoop Fest, the giant basketball tournament. I was not there for Hoop Fest. We were there for a baseball tournament. But so the streets were lined with people, and it was a fun, safe, indoor environment to go in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And the one in South Lake Union, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the artist Henry. Sandy is. Henry does a lot of murals and paintings and installations in Seattle. And so they commissioned Henry to do all of the obstacles and things like that at this flat stick. Yep. So they were all designed by him. They have a signature on them. And then, of course, they had kegs of some obstacles because, beer, why not? But it was really fun. And then we went to Mohi, which is the Museum of History and Industry. They had 3 floors of wonderful exhibits. My favorite was they had behind the glass was an homage to Mariners announcer whose name is escaping me. Dave Niehaus, thank you. They had his call book. So they had it out on display with all of the plays that had happened, like as he was watching it, which kind of gave me goosebumps as a Seattle kid and like growing up listening to him. It was really cool to see that piece of history. So it's a great variety. They talk all about the first people coming to Seattle. They talk about our native tribes who were here. They talk just a lot about everything that made Seattle what it is. You can see they have the Rainier, the OG Rainier beer sign up there, which is pretty cool too. And then lots of other fun things. They had their traveling exhibit was an artificial intelligence AI install, which was cool too. It's pretty neat. Larry, what was your favorite part of the day?
I think it was Mohi, and then I also enjoyed walking over to the wooden boat museum, and I guess the whole place is really a museum because there's a lot of wooden boats around here that apparently are owned by people that use them. I don't know if they all belong to the museum, and so that was good too. But anyway, I enjoyed Mohi, and like you said already. You could, probably spend several days in there just trying to read everything.
Yeah, lots of information.
But we got a general good impression of what's there. So it was fun.
And it's, thank you for that recap. It's right on South Lake Union too. So it's a beautiful location. There's a grass park that you can walk around. There's the Center for Wooden Boats right there as well. Larry and Renee said they were going to go to Buco de Beppo for lunch, and Leslie and I said, carbs sound really good. Let's go to Buco de Beppo too. So that's where we had lunch, and it was delightful.
Did you have the fist-sized meatball?
No, I had a fist-sized lemon chicken with a 2 fist, maybe 3 or 4 fist-sized fettuccine Alfredo and garlic bread. And I might have bought chocolate at the museum and ate it on the way home.
Have you guys been to Buco de Beppo?
Yeah.
It's family style, right? It's great. It's good to just go and have some old school Italian style food.
Yeah, it was good. It was delightful. So that was our sightseer trip for October. I was very, very pleased to say I continue my 100% success rate for weather for our day trips. I was very nervy when I heard the rain pounding on my roof the night leading up to it, and then woke up and it was overcast, but it was not rainy.
That's because I take the 100% success rate for bad weather.
That's true.
On my history walk. So.
That's true. We function as a good yin and balance for that. Thanks for taking that one. One Day University. So I have half of November posted for One Day University right now. So I have the first 2 weeks up, and then I'll be working today and Tuesday on getting the rest of the month loaded for us. But coming up this next week, we have 2 scheduled. Mental health, what we know and what we don't know. And then on the 4th, we have one called The Sum of Our Dreams, 5 Books That Changed American History. This is some good variation there. Yeah, that'll be good. Gate to Gate. How exciting is this number? 137% of our fundraising goal as Trilogy at Holly has met. And guess what? It's not even November 1st yet. So thank you to everyone. I get individual emails every time someone donates. And so I put them in a gate-to-gate folder so we can do thank yous. But you should hear me in the office. I've been sitting there the whole time. The email went out to the members, and I think we got 5 emails within an hour. And every time we got one, I was like, we got another one. We got another one. I bet the other properties aren't getting this many yet because we're so great, and it's still a competition this year. I'm not competitive at all. No. I'm very understanding and calm but yes, we are at 137% of our fundraising goal. That does not mean we're stopping. We're going to continue to go. The donation link will be up through the month of November. For those who have donated and are going to participate in our gate-to-gate walks, our kickoff walk is 10:30 on Tuesday, November 1st, so this coming Tuesday. You can meet us at the lodge. Giovanna and Fawn are going to join us. And then we have fun race bibs for everyone to have, and then drawstring backpacks as well. So we're not doing the shirts this year, but you do get that the drawstring backpack, and it'll say sponsor for the Gate-to-Gate logo on that. So it's a good way to spread awareness. Yes, Sandy, peace. Central Services. Yep, so they sent the goals for each community based on our total homes and membership. And our fundraising goal was 1,000, and we're at over 1,300. I saw that one come through. Thanks, Sandy. Yep, and so this is, for those of you who are newer to the community, Gate to Gate is a national programming experience that we do every year, and it's usually a step challenge. But everyone is very competitive by nature, and people always claim that other people are cheating. And I think everyone got a little maybe tired of hearing it, but also for those of us who are in the Pacific Northwest, the rest of the properties, this is prime season to be out and about. And so I have always advocated to say, is it really fair to make us go out and track steps when it's like our yucky month? Like, I mean, they still do it.
You got the business guy. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm looking at you for this conversation.
I need to go outside and move. Sorry.
Ginger and Kevin Shields always are out there, and they are always our top placers.
You probably saw them at 2 in the morning on your cameras as they walked through to get their steps in. And
yes. So this year it's not a step competition, but we are still in competitive nature, and we will still be having our weekly walks as well as our opening and closing walk. So a little bit different this year, but I love a chance to give back. So this is a good one.
Those that weren't here from the start of Gate to Gate, the original idea was all of the Trilogy properties. You were walking the distance to have visited all the communities. So you were walking from one gate to the next Trilogy gate, to the next Trilogy gate. And we were combined as all communities trying to log enough steps distance to travel that mileage to go around the U.S. to all the properties.
Did you make it? Or was it
what was, like she's talking about, it got so competitive. It was less about saying, you all did it, or some kind of tracker map, and more about, I logged 57,000 steps today. And I said, that's not mathematically possible, but
yeah,
unless you put that on your ceiling fan and spun it. So and unfortunately started stepping away, and it did. There was prizes to be had for the top walkers and all that. And so this is phenomenal that they've stepped back and made a donation and just inspire you all to participate in other people's lives and your own. They're just getting out there and having fun. The whole month.
Yes. Yep. So the link is up all month. Yeah, for November. Yep.
And it's also Movember, so be prepared. Well, you, sir, got a jump start on me, but I, too, am going to participate in Movember again. So there's no masks to hide it this year.
I know.
My wife does not like me for the month of November. Yes. Maybe a final close on the fundraiser for the month?
Ooh, we'll see. That's fun. I love it. See, we're so competitive. It's good times. New Happier Hour menu, because it's November, and that means a new menu. So it's exciting. We have new happier hour menu starting on Wednesday. We are going to have tomato soup and grilled cheese bite, which, I mean, if that just doesn't make your mouth water, I don't know what will. I may have suggested this item very strongly.
It's a good.
And then said I will be your morning Skip, morning Marylee. I will be your test dummy if you need one, or if you whoopsie burn a grilled cheese. I'm not.
You'll scrape it.
Yeah, I'll eat it happily. And then we're also doing a meatball slider duo, so that's a new one for us. That'll be good. We have a chili loaded baked potato. Yum. Eggplant parmesan, and then they're doing a buffalo chicken dip. So lots of kind of good different things. And then our mantle menu has been submitted for our menu change to our VP of Food and Beverage, and it's been signed off on. So we are working on our beverage updates for it. Christopher has been busy creating some new cocktail options. Catherine's been working on the wine selection, and that will be making its debut here in a couple of weeks. So watch for an announcement on MTL for our new menu rollout. Very exciting. Would anyone like a hint at a fan favorite that's coming back?
Yes.
The Rocket Bird is coming back.
What is it?
The Rocket Bird. So the Rocket Bird, I'm really disappointed with everyone here that no one was excited about that. So I will tell you, you guys were here. So the Rocket Bird was one that every time we talk about the mantle menu, members are like, when's the bird coming back? When's the bird coming back? When's the bird coming back? Well, the bird is back. It is bird's the word, bird. Maybe we shouldn't do this together.
Oh, it's good energy.
It's great energy. It is a spicy chicken sandwich. And then there's gluten-free options available. But it was a fan favorite. It's great for this season going into it because you get that heat, that warmth. But that one is making its grand return to the mantle menu. Rocket Bird. Mm-hmm. It was on the menu when I was in the restaurant. So that was
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, because it was one of the ones during COVID when we had to pivot and do 100% takeout. We redid our menu to things that were much more takeout container friendly and things that were portable. And that Rocket Bird was one of the ones that was created for that purpose. And it was a fan favorite, so it's coming back. Would you like to talk about the watch party that's happening tomorrow for the game?
Hawks still 3-point favorites, by the way, against the 5-1 Giants, 6-1 Giants. Metcalf and Lockett are still questionable. Those of you following the Seahawks, but we're hoping they will be ready to rock and roll. So you can come here with your fellow neighbors who enjoy Seahawks or Giants, for that matter, if you're a Giants fan, and watch the Hawks at 1:25 tomorrow, right here on the big screen. Mm-hmm. What other things will be here for them? Water?
Always water.
There'll be water and restrooms.
And we also have our game day menu available. So if you'd like to order some snacks, we have the fire grilled wings, hummus and crudité, a 2-piece fish and chip combo, and then meatball sliders. So if you can't wait for Wednesday to get your meatball slider duo, you come to the game. That game day menu is also available in the mantle while the Hawks are on. So if you have a reservation or you're dining, you have access to this menu as well. Last week, members were saying that they really enjoyed coming to these because you get to meet new people. So we set up the comfy chairs. We bring out our little side tables so you have an area to put your food and drink. And then we watch it on the big screen. We have our big Hawks flag. Leslie and Food and Beverage does a fantastic job just amping up the team and decorating this room. So I like festive things and a theme.
And if you've been here a while, some of you, I saw my game day shirt, Jason.
Yeah, the game day shirts are back too. It's fun. Good. So come on down and hang out with us. Monday, we have Scare Hunger. Jan, would you like to speak to this or do you want me to speak to it?
You speak very well. Yes, thank you.
Great. I speak a lot. I will speak about it, but please feel free to jump in if you'd like. So Scare Hunger is a partnership with the Kiwanis and the local high schoolers here. So rather than high schoolers knocking on your doors asking for candy, they will knock on your door, say Scare Hunger, and you can donate canned goods that they will take to the local food banks. And every year, Joanne and others set up a donation center in our parking lot as well that directly goes towards that campaign. So they will be in our parking lot from 10 a.m. to 1 on Monday. So if you'd like to bring some canned goods down to support those youth and their grateful endeavors, please feel free to do so. They will be here and ready to take your donations.
And then I will chime in too.
Yes, please do.
She mentioned Kiwanis, and that's fine, we all have clubs we belong to, but I'm proud sponsor of the Key Club.
Oh, and the Key Club.
Yeah,
I've
Ronnie
been a Key Club
Advice for
forever.
Key Club is amazing. It's the largest service club in the nation, and once a year, or lots of times, they do this thing. So thanks, everybody. You know, you've always given, always. And when COVID came, we changed it to having it at the lodge. And then everybody said, well, I really like it at the lodge because I can bring more, I can come down and blah, blah. So anyway, that's kind of where it's continued on. So I'll be at the lodge and some kids from 10 to 1 on Sundays. I mean, on Monday. But thanks a lot. It all goes to the local food banks. Thank you. Thanks
Yes.
for mentioning that.
Of course.
Everybody's got a cause.
Yes.
Is there something especially? They do it actually, especially neat things for people asking. Small things for the backpack lunches, because I don't know if you know this, but we backpack for kids to take home so they're not hungry over the weekend. And that backpack program, the government decided to start that for some reason. So it's not even as much from the government for that. So yes, juice boxes, the fruit things, protein bars.
Yeah, so for, want to summarize that for those watching at home and also for the recording, so that's a really important part. High ask item is for things that can be packed into backpacks because they support the students who need meals by sending them home for a weekend with a backpack full of goodies. So those high need items are going to include protein bars, the little like fruit cups, juice boxes, little kind of handheld, individually packaged items that are shelf stable. So please feel free if you're looking for those in-demand items, those are ones that they're specifically asking for. Yes. Do you know, are the youth going out into the community?
They decided, you know, I'm sorry about that, they decided not to do the neighborhood.
But can I put it on?
Oh, yeah.
Bring it to the console.
Yep,
Yeah.
drop it off here and we'll bring it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, or my porch as well, but I mean, everybody doesn't know my porch.
You can connect.
That would be awesome, if they agree, I will
Yeah.
take the day off and
I'll
I'll do that.
volunteer.
So, yeah,
Perfect.
they don't have- or-
Awesome, good. Neil?
I'm sorry, I'm confused. So Monday night, you're not gonna come around?
there, that's true.
Oh, okay. So any donations we need to come here between 9, 10, and 1.
Between 10 and 1 on.
Or if you drop it off later, I can make sure
Yeah.
a day later to get it.
Drop off the lodge anytime.
Donations are donations.
Do that.
They'll take them anytime.
Yeah, so if you're coming to one of our trick-or-treat stations at the lodge on Monday night, then you can feel free, oh yeah, you can just bring them there and then we'll make sure that Joanne gets them. Perfect. That's part of what I love about this community is anytime we do a donation drive, a fundraiser, anything like that, people jump in, which I love.
And just so you know, it was
Really?
2,000 pounds, it's all weight.
Oh, good.
Yeah, 2,000 pounds. Well, okay, I'm lying. 1,900 to 900. I mean, it's little what?
That's
Just
awesome.
Toss a can in just to push it over the edge.
That's awesome. I love that. So a couple upcoming events we have some great activations for Veterans Day this year. One of them that we were doing, we have partnered with the Veterans Club. They are offering a proper flag etiquette class that will be this coming Saturday in Hawks Nest at 11 a.m. It's complimentary, but if you'd like to come and learn a little bit more about when you're supposed to bring the flag in, the proper displaying with other flags, anything of that nature, Dave Steer will be here leading that. So that's a great opportunity.
This is, I was raised by a veteran, and things like flag etiquette have always been a big deal. They were like really brought into my own being by my father. And it's not a thing anymore. And it's not this community, it's the youth and everything out there now. If this is a thing, I think we should find a way to get that message out to the high schools or the middle schools or the communities, because whether it's light shining on your flag at night or how to properly take it down and fold it up in your house, you know, you see that And it kind of makes me sad that these are losing. So it's nice to see this community keeping it alive, but we got to get it down. We got to bring it down to the younger generation so they can understand the importance of our country.
We also have a Veterans Day dinner. That one is listed as sold out, but please, if you would like to come, please sign up for the wait list because we can move it into a different room, but I don't know to do that if we don't have the wait list. So please do sign up for that wait list if you're interested in coming. We currently have 50 people coming, which is fantastic. The Veterans Club has a guest speaker coming, which will be great. We have a great buffet planned, so that will be good. And pivoting a little bit, Jenny will be here we are doing 2 table massages for November because we're getting into the busy holiday season, and why not treat yourself to some relaxation and some zen. So Jenny will be here on the 13th and 27th. Those are both Sundays. We were offering these on Mondays, but to offer them to our community members who are still working during the week, we did it on Sunday and it went great. So if you're interested in coming, please register on MTL. They are 30-minute appointments and it's a table massage. And I've heard fantastic things. So please feel free to sign up for those. We also have Painting with Bethany. Bethany is one of our yoga instructors here, and she also has an art degree. So she, about 4 times a year, offers a painting class with acrylic paints. And this one will be November 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. and it's going to be a winter theme. So we don't know exactly what it looks like yet, but it'll be wintry and on a theme. And I love themes, so it'll be good. I think you should talk about this one.
Meet the author, Noel Salazar. So I have a very close, dear brother. I call him my brother. He's my best friend. He just happens to have this really, really cool sister. And her name's Noel Salazar. She is a New York Times bestselling author. She focuses on historical fiction, usually with dominant female characters, centered around the World War II era. So her first novel that went to the best-selling list is called Fight Girls. And it's currently out. You can get it on Amazon or whatnot. And she has a brand new book coming out at the end of November, Angels of Field, Air. Angels of the Resistance. Angels of the Resistance. Thank you. This one's about 2 young sisters in Norway whose father trained them to hunt, became snipers for the Norwegian resistance during the war. It's fascinating. She is a marvelous, marvelous mother. She was boasting about her son's hat trick in his soccer game last night. And she is going to grace our lodge with some chat time. So you guys can come, and if you have an opportunity to read the book, her first book first, she's more than happy to talk about that, talk about her new book. And she'll be here at the end of the month. She was going to be here last week, and I was very excited, but COVID. She got the bug for the first time and was down and out, but graciously pushed it forward a month and will be here, which gives you all more time to get the book read and have questions for her. So yeah, very excited for Noelle to come. She's marvelous.
That'll be Saturday, November 26th. It's very exciting. We're very excited that she was able to rework her schedule to still be able to come. So it's awesome. Thanksgiving, we do have some Thanksgiving reservations still available. We're doing our traditional Thanksgiving buffet in the Mantle. We have a 1 o'clock seating and a 3 o'clock seating. So please feel free to make a reservation for that. And then we have our member satisfaction survey out. So we are doing our member satisfaction survey twice now. So we already had one in the earlier part of the year, and we're doing one now. So this is open. There is a link on MTL. You also should have received it via email. I say this every year because I'm one of the ones who reads all of the feedback. Please be constructive. I know that we're not all happy with everything that happens all the time, and we're here to hear your feedback. But if you have thoughts or suggestions, please also vocalize those because I read every single comment, and it's good when you guys have ideas because that helps us guide programming, guide fitness, guide clubs, the restaurant. We really do take that to heart. So please offer constructive feedback. There's also a point on there where you can give a shout out to a team member. So if you have somebody, whether it's concierge, mantle, fitness, a manager, whoever it is, please feel free to shout them out, because we do share that with them, and it's nice for the team to be able to hear nice things about them. They all work really hard, and we like to be able to honor them. So please make sure you fill that out. They are anonymous, so we don't know who fills them out. But there is a place, if you would like Blue Star to contact you directly, there's a place where you can input your name and email, but that is the only way that, and we don't see that, they do. So that's the only way your name would be attached to it. But again, please, constructive.
Constructive works. I have been here, most of you know, longer than anybody now that Jason has left us. And those constructive feedbacks get listed, they get prioritized. If 100 residents have the same idea, those get prioritized of how can we make this happen? And the whole team, from the management down to the employees, help brainstorm ideas to change things about the lodge to make your experience better. So those do help. So the angry feedbacks are there. You get angry, we understand that, but we can't do that. But the constructive ones are the ones that we can change and start to improve upon all your happenings here at the lodge. So Paul is very right about that. And I do want to give that extra shout out to those things. If there's somebody at the lodge that makes your experience a pleasure, whether it's the concierge that knows your name every time, opens the door, asks how you're feeling, knows about the vacation you went on, or the server that always knows the drink you get, you know, or that fitness person that doesn't care if you're crying because you still get up and keep going. You should take a little time to name them and talk just about your experience, even if it's just a short little paragraph of why that person was great. Paula, of anybody here I know, goes out and will personally sit down and let that person know that someone's talking about them, someone cares about like how hard they're working and how much better they made their experience at the lodge. And it does, it feels really good. It feels really good. It's why I get up and come here, is for those pats on the back. So with that and the tears.
Yes, thank you, Todd. So that survey is open, so please fill that out. It's very important. It's a great avenue to be able to voice what you're enjoying, things you think we can improve on. And yeah, so please be sure to fill that out. Any questions? I'm going to minimize this to see if there's anyone on the viewing that might have questions.
Hi, Laurel.
Any questions from our on-site studio live audience? I just realized I didn't share my flipping screen that entire slideshow.
They didn't see this. You can come in and I'll flip the screen for you guys. Sorry. That's why there's nobody left.
Yeah, sorry guys for those at home. You got to hear all the slides, but I forgot to show the slideshow for those at home. So that's,
you need an energy person and a tech person.
Yeah, that's good.
Big deal.
But we're here and it went live, so that's fine. Any questions beyond why I can't figure out a slideshow?
One thing too, I know some of you have joined me, and I haven't given her one, but history walks are going to start up in November again. Now that's fall, and we can walk sidewalks and not trails, and stop in at coffee shops when it's chilly out or rainy. History walks, urban walks. So I take groups to different cities in the area and do walks around, show you the historical buildings, why the town's there, what was the significance of it. So last year we did Sumner, we did DuPont, downtown Tacoma, Point Defiance, Gig Harbor, and so we do those walks through, and it is a fun. I think it's fun. You guys signed up like crazy for it. Chance to get out and move a little bit, but learn a little bit about where you're living if you don't know. I've managed to impress people who grew up here that didn't know things about the area, and definitely shared with people who've moved to our community from out of state about how beautiful and important our state is and the things it's had to offer. So we'll start those up again.
Do you know where you're going this year yet?
Circles usually. I spin over and over. I will probably revisit a couple, but I'm open to areas. I try to keep the drives relatively short. I don't necessarily want to take these 90-minute drives for you guys to do a history walk and be out somewhere. But I do know that we'll probably get up into or over to the Black Diamond area to talk about some of the coal and the mining that we did in this area. That might bring us into the Wilkeson. It's not that I don't think Wilkes is important, it's really small. Mm-hmm. The walk would be like, and we're done. So, you know, it's a 20.
Here's pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza
But then
and
they changed their hours for winter, and you can't get in, and all that good stuff. So
there's
we had
also
a
really great
couple-
Jeep trails.
Yeah, we go jeeping.
That's where we go.
Yeah, we'll go. I don't
We go
have
out
a Jeep.
Festival
I can't Jeep.
It's fun.
Yes.
So next year, maybe in October, you could do some haunted history.
Oh, would love to. Would love to. An
Spooky.
actual haunted history, by the way. I signed up for one of those ones in Tacoma, and I learned so much history and not a single, there wasn't a scary story. There wasn't a sighting of a ghost. There wasn't a monster. There wasn't anything. And I'm like,
Not even like a sheet in the corner.
nothing.
Woo.
They took us to the Pythian Temple, which on the downtown Tacoma tour I shared with you guys, which is, didn't know it grew up here. Had no clue this temple was there and what it was all about, and what's inside of it is really amazing. And I kept waiting for the stories of, and there was no stories. So yes, an actual one would be great.
Bring anything during the weekend. For us people who still have that rash all over.
Because it's an urban hike, I will actually consider it. I don't do hikes on the weekend because the rest of the world likes to do the trails, but I work all through Saturday. So my only 2 days to do these are Sundays or Mondays. But yes, I will, for these kind of walks, I'll absolutely consider it. Yeah. Yes, downtown or Point Defiance or somewhere else, Narrows. Stillacume's a wonderful one, yes. Yeah, that would be a great one, great idea. So yes, those ideas are welcome too, by the way. And if you didn't hear, I'm sure you all did, you guys are usually well in the know. There was a lot of history that we lost yesterday in Sumner. That main building that burned was over 110 years old. Yeah. There was a fire at about 2:30, and it got reported at 2:30 in the morning yesterday morning. The Skunk Junction Saloon, the attic, Han's office, 512 Electric Coffee, but the building that the attic and Skunk Junction were in is gone. It's completely destroyed. And that building was one of the original Main Street buildings of Sumner, which Sumner's really cool. And I've lived here for 18 years. And until I did the history tour, I didn't even know half of how cool it was. So it was a little sad. It was a little sad. The homecoming parade was yesterday. They had to reroute. We couldn't do it down Main Street. It was a pretty a difficult day for Sumner yesterday for sure. But the Spartans won, and so there's SPL champs. So we can at least have a bright spot. Go Sumner. My son plays. What can I say?
Any other questions or anything? No? Well, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.